Hi, I am here with KATIE McGLYNN, who is a northern powerhouse, and I first came across you as Scout in Waterloo Road way back when. Since then, KATIE has stolen our hearts playing Sinead Tinker in Coronation Street, in one of the most heart-wrenching stories they've ever written. It was beautiful. And of course, you've then gone on to do loads of other things, such as Hollyoaks, The Syndicate, and of course, partnering the gorgeous the gorgeous Gorka, should I say, in Strictly Come Dancing. You're now coming back home to the Lowry, where you're performing as Cleo in Peter James's Wish You Were Dead.
Yeah.
And it's from the 23rd to the 27th of May.
Yeah.
We are very excited, so thank you for chatting with us at Manchester Theatres.
No, it's an absolute pleasure, and I'm so excited and humbled that I get to play at the Lowry. I've been here many times watching Friends and so many amazing theatre shows, so I just feel over the moon that I'm actually going to be on that stage. It's going to be surreal.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited, and it's an absolute pleasure to be able to be playing here.
Brilliant. And obviously, so the story Wish You Were Dead. I have to say the story because otherwise it sounds like I'm saying I wish you were dead. And I don't. So the story Wish You Were Dead, obviously it's the 6th Peter James to stage book. It's actually one of his quick reads.
Yes.
So it's not in as much. He's able to play around with it, and he's taken the characters out of Brighton, out of their work where we normally see them as detectives and mortuary technicians, and placed them in France, where they're supposed to be off duty, but things don't quite work out like that.
Yes,
so what can you tell us?
Yeah, so if anyone's seen the TV series Grace, this like a lot of the fans from that will really enjoy this because it kind of follows on from that. Like Cleo and Detective Roy Grace are married, they're on the honeymoon with little baby Noah, and I feel like I love this play so much because there's a lot of light and shade in it as well. It is a thriller, it is a dark thriller, but there's some comedic elements.
Yes.
And the basis of the story is they're going on holiday, but it all goes wrong, and I feel like everybody can relate to that. So there's a lot of funny moments and a lot of twists and turns to keep you on the edge of your seat. So they're on holiday in France, expecting this lovely, remote, beautiful little French holiday away, and it just goes wrong.
It really does go wrong, doesn't it? Yeah. So obviously some people may know Cleo very well, others may not. So again though, because she's taken out of a work situation, we see her here as a person not identified by a job. So she's a friend, she's a mum, she's a wife, and like you say, that's why there's this humour that's able to come into it outside of what you might have seen on the television.
So what I love, after reading the script and reading the book, what I love about Cleo is she's very witty and she's actually quite funny. She has a really serious job and she has to have a work hat on when she's at work, of course. But she has a lot of empathy for all the victims, and she's got a kind heart, but she's an independent, strong powerhouse. And I just love all the different aspects of the character. It's just so much fun to play. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm just in rehearsals at the moment, and it's a character that I've not played before, and I just I'm very excited to be immersing myself into the world of Cleo. And as you said, in this adaptation you do see a different side to her. She's in like mum mode. All she wants is a holiday with Roy because being a detective and a pathologist, they're super serious jobs. They don't have time for anything. That quality family time that they're just so desperate for, that's all she wants. So it is nice to see a different side to them, but with things going wrong, it's not, again, I don't want to say too much. You do see what jobs they have, you can tell that they switched on. But all the theme all through the show is that they're trying to relax. They're trying to relax, so they're not getting the work hat on. They want to relax. No, we're on holiday. We need to have fun. Like, take that work hat off. But it's super. I love the show. Of course, I'm working on it. But I'm not just saying it. I enjoyed reading the script so much. I read it so many times at first when I first got it, and I just think it's brilliant. So I think everybody's going to really enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously we've said that Cleo she's obviously Peter James, who's written it, he's like the UK's #1 crime thriller writer.
Yeah.
He's got a gazillion #1 books. So Cleo has been around for a while.
Yeah.
When you're approaching a play like this, do you because it's practically impossible to sort of read everything that he's ever written. So are you given like a synopsis of her or a timeline, or is it kind of like, well, do you know what, that was Cleo then, this is Cleo now? How do you approach it?
I guess some of it is interpretation and doing your own research. Obviously, I've read this particular book, I've done my research online, I've binge watched Grace, of course. And obviously speaking to the directors and the producers to really get a sense of where they want Cleo to be in her timeline. So, like I said, she's a super independent, intelligent, witty, like woman powerhouse, but this is the time of her life where I think she wants to settle down a bit. She's just had a baby. Because there is a difference actually, because in the book Noah is a lot older, but in this adaptation for the stage they have just had a baby, so she's a new mum. Like, being a new mum is another adventure and another kind of, it's not a career, but it is kind of a career.
It's a job,
like,
let's be honest.
It is a job, and a completely different one. So she kind of has to step up in mum mode, which is just a completely new world to her. So yeah, I guess that's where she's at in this stage of her life. She wants to play happy families, basically.
Yeah,
that's where she is. She's still like career driven as Roy is, but it's kind of balancing the two. And this is the time where they can actually just focus on the family time and kind of slot it in.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
So I've read the book as well, and as we said, it's one of the quick reads, so it's a lot shorter than most books. But I think there's another really intriguing character in this play, and I think the house, the chateau itself, is a character.
Yeah, you're right.
Because when you're reading that book, I'm so excited to see how it's going to be. You've got these immense spiral staircases right down to wine cellars, everything in between. There's suits of armour, there's stuffed stags. I mean, how is that? Is there anything you're able to tell us as how that is going to be shown on stage?
There's definitely the stags, there's the suit of armour, there is the staircase, it is all there, but of course you've only got so much room on a stage. But I love what they've done with the dynamics of the stage and how they've done it all. It's just brilliant. The set is brilliant. When I first walked on to see it, I was amazed. Like, the art department on this is just brilliant, and all the props and everything that we have to do that's entailed in the show has just been done brilliantly. So you are definitely going to be immersed and engrossed in that theme from the book in the chateau. You're going to feel like you're in there. And I won't say too much because I don't want to ruin anything, but the way that they've staged it is fab. It is brilliant. I don't want to tell you too much. That's
even better, because it's just like, I want to know. So if I'm asking questions that then what I wanted to ask you might not be able to answer, but it's a crime thriller, obviously, but because of the way it's staged, and when you read the book, there's sudden plunges into darkness, there's sudden things move and you don't know how. Is it a person, is it something else? So there's a psychological thriller side to it as well as just crime. Is that kind of a fun mix to play? And is it kind of a balancing act between trying to find sort of giving the audience suspense, but also kind of trying to scare the bejesus out of them at the same time?
It is. What I love about it is it's a slow build. It's not just you sat there and it's like bang. It's a slow build. Slowly these themes are being brought in. Obviously you can't show, well you could do, but you can't show that Roy's outside in the rain, in the darkness, because that's not going to work on stage. But the way that they've written it and the way that they've staged it is brilliant. The sound effects, the lighting, and as I say, how it's staged, you can see all the different rooms, the way that it's all set out. And again, I don't want to say too much, but certain things do move, and it's still ambiguous to how they move. If there's somebody in there, you don't know. And like I said, the stags are very real. The paint one of the paintings is very apparent. Like, there's a lot going on. And yeah, so you're definitely going to be on the edge of your seat, and the sound effects are just brilliant because, and you feel like you're in, because I've been to see the show as well, and you feel like you're, like I said, in the chateau and part of the story. That's what I love about theatre as well. You actually feel like you're there more than TV and film. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting couple of hours for people.
So you're in rehearsals now. How, I was going to ask, how does that work? Because obviously this show is already out there, it's been touring, and you're coming into it. So is there a break where the actors are then brought back in and able to rehearse with you? Are you kind of alone with a director working on it and the creatives?
So how it's worked so far is I had a week with the director on my own in a rehearsal room, which was fab because I got some one-to-one time with Jonathan, who's brilliant, by the way. He's such a good director. I've really enjoyed working with him so far. And then last week I had a bit of time with the actors, but bear in mind they needed a week's holiday because they've already been doing this for 3 months, so they needed the break. So they've come back in the midst of the show. It's just working around their schedules. So we're just trying to get a couple of hours at a time before they go on stage. But obviously we don't want to break the voices and like use up all their energy. So it's just trying to find that balance where I can rehearse obviously with the director in a rehearsal room, which is fab, but you need to be on stage and you need to be with the other actors, but without burning them out. So it's just finding the balance, because it's very difficult to be acting against thin air. You need that without the props and without the stage, because obviously being on stage, your projection, you need to know, and for the safety element as well, because there's a lot that goes on in this play. You need to know where you're going off, where the prop is, if there's certain weapons in the, you know, you need to be there on set practicing as much as you can. So yeah, there's a lot to cram in. Don't get me wrong, I'd love a bit more rehearsal time, but it's been brilliant because we have used the little time that we've had, we have used it to our advantage. So it's going well so far. Still got a lot to do. I'm opening next week. So outside of the rehearsal time, I just try and do as much as I can on my own. I mean, there is only so much I can do on my own, but at least I kind of just make sure, I mean, the lines are in my head now, but just go through it. Like when I go to sleep, I'm just like going through each scene. But yeah, I'm really excited to get on stage to do it. It feels right, and it just feels like I should be doing this, and being around the other actors, they're all just brilliant. So working alongside them helps so much because you do feel like you're engrossed and you're actually the book coming to life. So yeah, it is brilliant. I've seen, obviously you've got George Rainsford and Clive Mantle and Leon Stewart. I actually saw him when he did Looking Good Dead, one of the other Peter James ones. So he's reprising the role of Branson. So I can't wait. And on that, you kind of, it's interesting because when I first came across all of this Peter James stuff, it was through the stage. So it was through Looking Good Dead. I loved it. So I then went away and started reading the books, became obsessed. And now I'm coming back to watch it again. But you don't need to know anything about any of them, do you? They stand alone. Yeah, definitely. Especially this one, because all you need to know is it's a detective and a pathologist, they're married, they've got a baby and they're going on the honeymoon. Like, that's all you need to know. The rest you will find out by watching it. So that's what I love about it as well, because I feel like some people might want to shy away from watching certain productions that are based on books and novels because they haven't read it all, and not everybody's got time to read so many. So yeah, you don't need to know, you can just come and watch it and have a fab time. You can, and it is going to be, I'm away and I'm cutting a trip short just to come back and watch it. That is how much I want to come back and watch it, genuinely. So I will be here, and it is here from the 23rd to the 27th of May, right here at the Lowry. So please come along and support it, and watch out for falling stags. Yes. That's what I'm going to say. Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you.
Thank you.